Yes, family. Greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, Empress Rosera Menin. Yes, family. One perfect balance. Yes. Yeah, that's from the other night. We was up in here with the mic playing around. We was happening live and direct. Yeah, family. Greetings again on a beautiful, beautiful night. Perfect night for politically incorrect. Where we get it correct. Y'all already know. And if it's not correct, inbox, holler at us. And you know what I mean? Drop the science, drop the knowledge, and let's get it together. Let's be accurate, and immaculate. Yeah, so whew, what a week. What a week. What a week. They say what don't happen in a year, this happened in a day. Well, we have proven that time and time again. But nevertheless, blessings to all those joining us from near and far. You know, shalom, Shabbat. To my brothers of the faith, Hebrew Israelites, peace, Islam, salam alaikum to the Moors and the nation of Islam, and my Muslim brothers, Ashe Hotep, conscious community, without question, Rastafari to the brethren and the sistren. Yeah, that well going. Yeah, we up and running. Yeah, I see it. We up and running. Yes, definitely want to shout out everybody who is in the house, who in the building early out. Faithful food. This is the faithful ones. Miss Lane, I see you. Hail to you, sister. Alex, peace, bro. Andrea, yes. Miss Critchlow, yeah, both. All the Andreas. Isis, I see you. Live in love, man. Live in love. Monica, yeah. Hallam. Jade, you see Monica. Yeah, Monica. Shabbat shalom to you too. Shabbat shalom. Yeah. Shabbat shalom. Yeah, it's got to get it right. But give thanks and praise. What a week, man. There's so much going on. Tonight going to take a different direction, though. So might be a little emotional for some. But we need to juxtapose some things here real quick in light of what's going on. Because not fully grasping what's going on is what's going to cause us to, head the wrong direction, man. I want to touch on a few things. So if you're now joining us, grab a pen, piece of paper. As always, you might have to take some notes or have your book ready because we're going to take a trip tonight. Although I had scheduled it earlier, I did it on purpose because I didn't get it scheduled in time. So we started a bit late, but I didn't want to wait to 8:30 to kick this off. So I just started it. So don't mind the time. We in the building. So go tell a friend and tell a friend. Let me drop this tune here real quick. Where is it? I had it here just now. Oh, right here. There you go. I'll touch the sky. Yeah. I just want to share this, man. That's how I feel right now. I'll touch the sky, man. Regardless. We going to touch the sky, family. You're going to let this brother right now drop this piece right here. Wait a minute. There you go. I'll touch the sky. TJ. We shine. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Politically incorrect in the building. We on live. There's always a message in everything we do, family. Pay attention. Tell a friend. Times I get crazy. I get too much fight in the dark. People that seems to me as me already. Cause mankind change of parts. But don't worry about me now. Cause me not soon went down that bad. My mother's a friend this evening. And I'm broken down. But if I wings I touch the sky, I would have fly away, from everything I want in my life. It's always something, family. Wish I wings to touch the sky. Barry, I see you. Maria. From all the things I want in my life. All the while, I see hurt myself. Hurt myself, just please people. And all the while, I see me put them first. Jacqueline. Sonia. Just please, can you keep me strong when I'm hurt? When I'm hurt. When time get weak, me, my shield up. There's always something, family. Hold firm. Them feel it easy to me, but this story you don't know. Go tell a friend and tell a friend, family. People stress Under pressure. Tell them plug into politically incorrect. We gonna raise the vibration. We gonna raise the frequency.
From everything I want in my life, I wish I wings to touch the sky and surely fly away, fly away. Wish
Put your trust in the Almighty, family. Don't put your trust in man. Put your trust in the Almighty, family. Energy. Energy, energy, energy. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Just when you think it can get worse, it actually gets better. In a moment.
If I wings all touch the sky, I would have fly away, from everything I want in my life. I wish I wings to touch the sky and surely fly away, fly away. The times I get crazy, man, I get too much fight in the dark. People that seems to amaze me, cause mankind change up fast. You don't to worry about me,
Jade Scott, greetings to you too. Greetings, love and light, family, love and light. Yes, divine greetings. Natasha, I see you.
If I wings I touch the sky, I would have fly
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
From everything I want in my life, I wish I wings to touch the sky, surely fly away, from all the things I want in my life.
We shall touch the sky, family. For the love of the family. For all the things that go on in my life, family. I guess y'all realize what happened, man. Real thing. They say 1 million people globally die each year of suicide. They said the suicide rate in Jamaica is approximately 2.1 per 100,000. 47 to 56 deaths per year due to suicide. Family, I mean, a lot of people going through stuff, and we don't generally see it like that because obviously, a lot of us might handle things different. But this brother put this tune together to bring awareness to the reality. I'm just going to put the link up in the chat, the comments for those who want to go and check it out. Now put your headphones on and get into the tune and the words. Powerful message. A lot of people are under stress and under pressure. A lot of people. And a lot of people not coping well. Pressure. But what does that have to do with how to make a slave? Because if you think about it, we go to school, they teach us ABC, 1, 2, 3, all these different things. But they never teach you who you are and how to cope with life. These things you pick up along the way, if you're looking for them. But what does that mean? What does that have to do with anything? Well, the reason why a lot of people are stressed and frustrated because they don't know who they are. They're not clear about tomorrow, very uncertain about what's happening now. And sometimes you may have folks with low self-esteem, problems at home, work, friends, peers, eviction, everything happening all at once. And trust when I tell you, I don't think there's nothing on this green earth that I have not experienced in terms of pressure, whether it be a light getting cut off, your water getting cut off, even eviction. I was going through my phone the other day and I came across a picture with all of my property outside in the road, you know what I mean? And it's like, I looked at it like, yo, man, like seeing a man and knowing a man, you see people go through life and you don't have no idea what their story is like. So, I mean, I could see why people feel that way. But thank God for me, I had a praying grandmother. Aunt Rose, never left me out. So I could never reach a point where people say they feel depressed and stuff. Like I've never experienced that. So I always a bit empathetic towards it and also a bit hard on it because I can't really relate to it. But I know that people who go through it, I know a lot of people who go through it. And in those situations, in those moments, it's no telling what a person liable to do. But Emmanuel, what that has to do with how to make a slave? Well, I'll tell you. Because believe it or not, on the journey across the Atlantic, according to the story, and even on the plantations, a lot of Africans, a lot of indigenous folks who were stolen would have taken their life rather than go into captivity. They would rather end their life than to become a slave. Well, that's deep. So they were saying death would have been preferred than to be a slave. So when the Europeans realized this, they had to find a way to convince Africans that no, death isn't the way. It's better to be a slave. It's better to be a slave. You ain't got to worry about stuff. So they devised a way to create and make a slave so that you are comfortable with your suffering. You're comfortable with your enslavement. You're satisfied with nothing. And as we progress through that, generation after generation after generations, centuries later, we now live in a day and age where people don't even recognize what slavery is. So when you get the pressures of life coming down on you, the landlord, and all these different energies just pressuring you, meanwhile, you see other people, other races flourishing, thriving. It's like, oh, what does it make no sense? We call it, the ghetto youths or the ghetto or whatever. But the reality is, it is not by chance that this is happening. It is because they have literally perfected the art of enslavement. So you're comfortable with your enslavement, not recognizing you a slave. Oh, wait, Ras, Mom, you trying to tell me? Well, I ain't going to tell you. I can show it instead. So I want to share a video that I had up on my, okay, wait a minute. Before I go too fast ahead of myself here, give me a second. There's it. Yeah. I just want to make sure I have it correct first. Make sure I had it correct first, right? Politically incorrect. I want to show you a clip. It's actually a video from my video library on Facebook, on my personal page, for those who might not know it. Emmanuel Barelia, the only one on Facebook with that name. You can't miss me. And there's a few videos in there, tons of information. It's like a Smithsonian. My Facebook page, I ain't got no cute cats, that kind of stuff. Although I do have one cat, which was a cat that came and warned me when the security forces came to kidnap me from my comfort of my space. Yeah. Cat came and told me what's going on. A cat, yeah. It's a miss. If I find a picture, I'm gonna show you all the cat. I had promised to show some folks once, and I didn't find it, but I found it. I might put it up tonight. Why not? But let me go ahead and put this one up here now. Let me see. Let me reset this. Hang on. Reload this page. Oh, here we are. Right. Got it covered. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this real quick. Now, this might be a bit, I don't want to say graphic, but touching for some. Tell them I see you too, family. Big up to the family in NYC. Good night to you, family. Gray Suit, the elder in the house. Steve, give thanks for staying up so late. That is happening now in Barbados. Look close. Facts, brother. Facts, man. Facts. Some people in Barbados can only be moved by rum and music. Boy, Steve, you on a roll tonight, huh? I see you up and alert. I'm going to share a video right now, family, that, like I said, it may be a bit sensitive for some. I'm going to say that in the early as a disclaimer. So if you know you're a bit sensitive to certain things, well, ain't that bad. Don't mind the hype. Don't mind me. But because the content of it some folks might be, but I'm gonna post this link also in the chat. This is on my personal page, Emmanuel Barelia. Like I said, you go check it out and see what's up and the video file, different videos I have up. But this is one of them. But it relates to what I'm saying tonight. So I'm gonna full screen this piece and check this out.
This speech was delivered by Willie Lynch on the banks of the James River in the colony of Virginia in 1712. Lynch was a British slave owner in the West Indies. He was invited to the colony of Virginia in 1712 to teach his methods to slave owners there. The term lynching is derived from his last name. Greetings, gentlemen. I greet you here on the bank of the James River in the year of our Lord 1712. First, I shall thank you, the gentlemen of the colony of Virginia, for bringing me here. I'm here to help you solve some of your problems with slaves. Your invitation reached me on my modest plantation in the West Indies, where I have experimented with some of the newest and still the oldest methods for control of slaves. Ancient Rome would envy us if my program is implemented, as our boat sails south on the James River, named for our illustrious king, whose version of the Bible we cherish. I saw enough to know that your problem is not unique. While Rome used cords of wood as crosses for standing human bodies along its highways in great numbers, you are here using the tree and the rope on occasions. I caught the whiff of a dead slave hanging from a tree a couple miles back. And you're not only losing valuable stock by hangings, you are having uprisings, slaves are running away, your crops are sometimes left in the fields too long for maximum profit, you suffer occasional fires, your animals are killed. Gentlemen, you know what your problems are. I do not have to elaborate. I'm not here to enumerate your problems. I'm here to introduce you to a method of solving them. In my bag here, I have foolproof method for controlling your black slaves. I guarantee every one of you that if installed correctly, it will control the slaves for at least 400 years. My method is simple. Any member of your family or your overseer can use it. I have outlined a number of differences among slaves, and I take these differences and I make them bigger. I use fear, distrust, and envy for control purposes. These methods have worked on my modest plantation in the West Indies, and it will work throughout the South. Take the simple little list of differences and think about them. On the top of my list is age, but it's there only because it starts with an A. The second is color or shade. There is intelligence, size, sex, sizes of plantations, status on plantations, attitude of owners, whether the slaves live in the valley, on the hill, east, west, north, south, have fine hair, coarse hair, or is tall or short. Now that you have a list of differences, I shall give you an outline of action. But before that, I shall assure you that distrust is stronger than trust, and envy stronger than adulation, respect, or admiration. The black slaves, after receiving this indoctrination, shall carry on and will become self-refueling and self-generating for hundreds of years, maybe thousands. Don't forget, you must pitch the old versus the old black male versus the young black male. The young black male against the old black male. You must use the dark-skinned slaves versus the light-skinned slaves, and the light-skinned slaves versus the dark-skinned slaves. You must use the female versus the male, and the male versus the female. You must also have white servants and overseers who distrust all black, but it's necessary that your slaves trust and depend on us. They must love, respect, and trust only us. Gentlemen, these kids are your keys to control them. Use them. Have your wives and children use them. Never miss an opportunity. If used intensely for 1 year, the slaves themselves will remain perpetually distrustful. Thank you, gentlemen.
This is quite interesting, family. And like I said, some of you would have come across this in your studies a while ago. Others might be hearing it for the first time. And the reason why I said it's sensitive, because you kind of realize how they play one group against another. And they do it so successfully and have done it so successfully for so long. But one of the main things they said they use is fear. Now, I'll tell you something. I don't know if Willie Lynch actually existed or not. And there's a lot of debate around whether that is true or false. For me, though, it's irrelevant. The message is what we're going to focus on. So they say Willie Lynch is from Barbados. That's where the last name Lynch came from, which is lynching, is what the term they would use. I mean, again, what's important, however, is the message. Did you get the message? Did you get the message? That is the real question. Did you get the message? I'm going to go ahead and post the link to that video in the comments there. For those watching on my personal page, this is also, you can find other information on Politically In-Correct Facebook page as well. And I definitely want to thank the folks who have been liking the page and following the page. We are now into the thousands. I mean, like I said, it's humbling. But more importantly, it tells me that people are paying attention. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And the only reason that has happened because you is who make that happen. So continue to do the good works because, like I said, a lot of people may be only hearing this information for the first time because a lot of folks on this platform are conscious to a very great degree that may know things, that may know a lot of things. So, in a sense, I might be preaching to the converted or the choir in a sense, but there are folks who tune in for the first time, and the idea is to share the knowledge and share the information. And when it comes to this particular one, like I said, fear, the Willie Lynch letters, fear was one of the main things they use to control the people. Now, tell me, where have you seen fear being deployed recently for the purpose of control? You know, anybody want to type that? Catch your water in the time of rain. For your mind, the body will follow. That was the beginning of the house Negro, Emmanuel. But Lynch came from Barbados, from the Watts plantation. Harlem, like I told you, I've heard that. I mean, again, to be very frank with you, right? Well, to be very open with you, I should say. I don't know, Frank. A lot of stuff started in Barbados. I mean, a lot of stuff originated in Barbados, the slave code, Barbados. You know what I mean? So I would not be surprised and far-fetched to think that Willie Lynch came from Barbados. But like I said, there's speculation whether he existed or not. That's not even my question. My thing is the information that is relevant on how to make a slave. Because that fear as one of the primary roots is how they control the people. Keep them fearful or full of fear. And why they're so fearful? Because they don't feel secure. And why is that? Well, let me show you why. Every nation right now on the earth, every nation on the face of this earth has an army that protects it. Now, listen carefully. Every nation has an army that protects it from any security force, any invasion, foreign or otherwise. But where's our army? Where is our army? Where is our army? Where are the individuals who have pledged a duty and taken a duty rather to defend the people by any means necessary from foreign and domestic terrorists or invaders, I should say? Better yet, where is the army that has sworn an oath to protect the nation against foreign and domestic invasion or tyranny or oppression or injustice? Where's our army, family? Where the army? Allow me to suggest that they're sitting in prison. They're on the blocks doing nothing, getting involved in mischief and mayhem. Let me suggest that we have not recognized that these young men who wander aimlessly at times are the soldiers, are our army. Hence, they're a little bit different by nature. Let me suggest that the system recognizing so have devised a plot and a plan to cause them to do harm to each other. Let me suggest that the system that some of us so hopelessly depend on is the real perpetrator and the face of evil. Let me suggest that at this point we have to reach a stage where we recognize that we have been conditioned by some entity, some force, some set of beings to perpetuate a particular cycle of enslavement and pass it on like a baton from one generation to the next. And it is time that we break that curse or break that cycle. We don't have a choice, family. But it's because that we are so fearful or full of fear that we sit back, we watch, and do nothing. A lot of folks tell me they're going rally tomorrow. Big thing. I'm like, wow, word? Okay. Don't mean nothing to me. White boys playing with cars. That's all it is to me. White boys playing with cars, man. That if they crash them, they get out and get another one. Meanwhile, their family's going to bed tonight hungry and bim, and, you know, who cares? It's not me. There are none. No constitution, no oath. The word constitution is quite interesting. Constitution. It's a prefix con. What does the prefix con really mean? One of my scholars, please address that. The Defense Force is not the army for the people of Barbados. The Defense Force is the army for the plantocracy called Barbados. It's a security force that was an existing force outside of the police force. See, the police enforce the policies. The Defense Force defend the corporation against invaders, foreign and domestic. You see? So if a group of people were to decide to rise up against the system, the corporation, what we call the system, the Defense Force will be deployed to deal with them. Don't get tapped with it. They don't see the nation, they see invaders. Now, when the system decides to invade the people and violate the rights of the people, the Defense Force is never deployed. As a matter of fact, they're hired to assist the policy enforcers with enforcing these policies. But we don't want to have that conversation. Where is the army, family? Like I said, they're on the blocks and in prison. Our young men have been duped into believing that the culture that we embrace so freely is ours and here to help. Meanwhile, it's a strategy by the system to keep them drunk, high, and unstable, uneducated, and emotional. Destroy each other. We have to save ourselves, because how do you make a slave? Simple. You convince them that they're not to start with, and you keep them full of fear. Oh, you're not slaves. Y'all are free. Y'all are independent. Y'all are a republic. Go rally. Go watch rally. There was a time in the history of this nation that you weren't even allowed to see or watch rally. There was a time in this said land that you wasn't even allowed to be where white folks are. There was a time in this land you weren't even allowed to even wash the same car. Let alone work on it, for fear that you alter the bricks. Might slacken them shits. But nevertheless, and by the way, this is in no way trying to, throw shade at anybody who going to watch rally tomorrow. Go ahead and enjoy yourself, man. If that's how you get to free up yourself and, loosen up a bit, so be it. But how many black rally drivers are they? Just my question. How many black rally teams are they? It's just my question. How many sponsors have sponsored black skilled rally drivers and team? I mean, I see a lot of youths on the block driving them and Zeddies, that got skills. I mean, who has sponsored them? Why don't we have a bike park for the guys on the bikes who are even more skilled than the rally car drivers drifting around a cane field just to kick dust on a spectator who's not paying attention? A lot of our youths got skills on these bikes that most adults are fearful when we see them. Why don't we have a place for them to, a park for bike riders only, so that they don't have to be on the road taking chances meandering between traffic, risking their lives and the lives of those driving and perhaps those walking? Why have we not invested in that? Why have not the Bushy Park posse, recognizing that black support they white sport, I calling it how I see it, and say, you know what, we're gonna support your sport. 'Cause not too many white boys on the bikes. You see one or two. But you know, you might go, just keep an eye on that. I just saying. Just saying. Yeah. Oh man, okay. All right. Hang on a second. This is a repeated call. It might be of utmost importance. Hey, you're too much, you know. I am on a live, but it's all right. You good? Oh?
Yeah, I call you back.
Oh yeah, you call me back. You gonna stop doing this. I love you too, sweetie. All right, princess. Hey, you going to sleep early?
No.
Okay, I call you for it.
Okay.
All right, love you much.
Love you too.
Okay, love you more. Hey, on live. I'm on a live. Go, go, go. Sorry. Anyhow, I'm on a live. Sorry, one of my daughters. She too much. Oh man. Anyhow, sorry, family. I gotta get someone. Look, I need administration. Y'all watching? I need a commercial clip, like to just show some stuff or some clips, like in a moment like that. I could just click it, do a commercial, go take that call, so that people don't be watching me and my emotional thing going on. Anyhow, sorry about that. Where was I? Yeah, I see you, Maria. You think that's funny, huh? There you go, Sammy. Cut it out. All right, family. Yeah. But I don't knock any whole, like I said, anybody going can, it's all good. But I'm just saying, family, we need to have our own and invest our own and create our own, have our own, because as a slave, your only role as a slave is to think you free, but support the plantocracy. I'm gonna say it again. As a slave, your role is to think that you're free and support the plantocracy in every way, every how. So that nothing they do, you're supposed to always be, yeah, cheerful and supportive. Now, I don't want to make this a white and black thing, but it's a white and black thing, especially in Barbados, which is an apartheid state. Barbados is the perfect apartheid state. They do not mix. The only place you see what we classify as Bajan whites mixing with the indigenous folks here is at Raleigh, coincidentally, and horse racing, coincidentally. But the most coincident thing, I want to say coincidentally, the most profound thing about both those events that you'll see them mix only at those two events, is that usually white boys own all the cars and they usually own all the horses. I don't think there's any black ranch having racehorses involved in racing that actually get that prize money. I could be wrong. Please, politically incorrect, get it correct. Drop me a little message and check the Rasta man. Now you got it wrong. They got a stable up the road owned by so and so, and there's winning. I don't know. So somebody, please. Alex, man. Barbados is another South Africa. No, Steve. It means South Africa is another Barbados. Don't get twisted. South Africa took the model from Barbados and executed it on a larger scale. But make no mistake about it, the art of apartheid was and has been perfected in Barbados. That's why no one here talks about it. It's as if it don't even exist. Period. So, that's how that goes. That's how that cookie crumbles. So we got to reach a point where we recognize that, we need to build our army, though, family. There's so much we need to do, but definitely we got to build our army. Well, how do you build the army? We need to start protecting our young men, and especially now the young women. We got to start protecting them. We got to find a way to reach out to them, interact with them, deal with them somehow from school, from primary school, secondary school, because like I said, you could see the army is clear. We see it. In a few days ago, I had up some videos with children learning the art of gunnery. Some folks had an issue, some folks didn't. You better teach your children how to survive. The world is changing. The world is changing. We can't depend on the system that enslaved, marginalized, and try to convince you to be comfortable with your enslavement that they're going to protect you. You would have to be a lunatic. Really. I mean, really. Despite the free vaccine, there's still MSG outside of every school on evenings. Every school. There's still dyes and colors that give these children learning disabilities and cause cancer in the long run. Every school. There's schools even selling, what do you call it? Kool-Aid in the form of ICs that they know affects the children in many negative ways. But they want to give your child a free vaccine. Uh-oh, we got a question here. Hold on. Steve, I got a question for you, brother. My brother here is asking, by the way, shout out to the family abroad, those in Atlanta, New York, Jersey, Canada, mainly T-Dot, Montreal, for sure. All those watching in Europe, big up the family in UK, for sure. Those in Africa, I got the inbox messages. Thank you all very much. Blessed love to y'all too. I got a question here, man. Question, was integration beneficial? The question is being posed. Free cracks. I just pay attention. There's a question. Was integration beneficial? There's a question. How do y'all feel about integration? Well, the question about integration is an interesting one because Martin Luther has a speech that everybody knows, the I have a dream speech. I have a dream, that one day, and that's what he's most famous for. But what people don't know is that he actually made another speech after that speech. And that speech talked about, matter of fact, that video is also on my personal Facebook page in the video archive. You go look for it. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't recall it verbatim. But what he said was basically, and permit me to paraphrase, he said, I'm afraid, he said, I must confess, actually. He starts by saying, I must confess that I was a bit hasty or naive with my earlier comments, because he's come to realize that we have integrated, he said, I have integrated my people into a burning house. That's deep. The king said, he said, I was a bit naive. I said, I must confess. He's basically saying, I made an error. He said, I must confess, man. I've integrated my people into a burning house. So the question is, was integration beneficial? The answer is no. Integration is actually the illusion of inclusion. I'm going to say it again, man. Integration is the illusion of inclusion. King said we have a long way to go, man. That's what I thought it was going to be. Is not now. We have been hoodwinked, brainwashed, and bamboozled. We have been integrated into a burning house. As a people, when we were segregated, doing our own thing, focusing on developing our own identity, our own establishment, and a family, and our own business ethics, and trade relations amongst each other, maybe at home and abroad, we did way better. We were way more successful. We integrated and we lost everything. Everything. We lost the most valuable thing. As a matter of fact, integration destroyed the most valuable institution in the Black community. And bear in mind, I'm using that word Black for the sake of description. We lost the most valuable institution as a result of integration. Can anybody tell me what that is? What is it? The most valuable thing we lost. What is it? Can anybody tell me what's the most valuable thing we lost as a result of integration? What is the most valuable thing that we lost? Can somebody tell me? Somebody said community, unity. Okay, ISIS on the ball. All those things are true, but the most valuable thing we lost as a result of integration is the family, the family unit. The most important thing we lost is the black family. The most important institution is the family. Divide and rule. Put the men against the women, children against the parents. That's what's going on. The family. So now you got a lot of men who are homeless and a lot of homes that are manless. But we don't connect the dots. Most of the men in prison, who are in prison in Westbury, who are in Westbury on the road, on the blocks. And again, shout out to my family in Canada. I see you, Sharon. I see you. There's someone I gotta plug you in with in your neck of the woods. A powerful sister that tapped into Politically Incorrect recently and shared a lot. Been putting in work behind the scene on behalf of Politically Incorrect by telling a friend and reached out. And yeah, though, Sharon, definitely got to plug somebody you could definitely network with for sure. So look out for that coming soon. Husbands and wife are not the same page. Yeah, it's true. The husband and wife are not on the same page. It's a fact. It's a fact. Happening all now is a fact. It is a fact. And this is why, family, we got to restore the family. Men gotta step up. Women gotta step up. We gotta stop pointing fingers. Who hurt? Who more? We all been hurt, family. We all been hurt. Let's start the healing. How to make a slave? Well, if the process on how to make a slave is to divide, use fear, and rule, I'm gonna say it again. If the formula for making a slave, the equation for making a slave is to use fear, divide, and rule, then certainly the opposite is how you unmake a slave. Bring them together, give them courage, and let them heal each other. Not dislike and don't trust each other. You see? That's how you deal with that. The reverse must be the truth. So it's time we push in the clutch, family, and reverse. I think it's more high time we push in the clutch and reverse. It's that kind of time. You sure about the word intelligent? I missed something. Talk to me. Mia controlling the CXC testing. Listen, family, I'm going to say this right now on live. If you have a child that's interested in learning and interested in other levels beyond the CXC, there are a few universities in North America, even England, that offer free courses. You know, one of those is Harvard University. So go type in Harvard University free courses. Go look it up. And, you know, there's a lot of things you can start studying. You don't need to focus on those CXCs. I mean, you could do the CXCs, don't get me wrong. But also keep in mind that the world is open up. You got a whole computer in your hand. We call it a phone. These devices it's a whole computer in your hand. The world is at your fingertips. You're not limited to a classroom, a clock, and somebody tell you time's up. Go online, man. Do other things on a different level, man, and get credits from universities across the globe that puts you in a whole different space where the CXC is a joke. But just saying, for those who are interested in that, pursuing that higher education. We become too willing to accept dependency and false pride in an effort to better ourselves financially. Man, Art in Motion, you couldn't have said this no better, man. They made the parents buy 2,000 laptops to take the test, and then the apps don't load. Oh, man. I didn't even know that, Violet. Serious. But these are some of the things that's going on, family. ISIS said that Martin Luther King was a sellout. You know, you know what? Let me ask you a question. We say we conscious, right? And we believe in divine and supreme beings, right? And we have this idea that we are the conscious ones and everybody else is a sellout. And I always ask people, "But what do you mean by sellout?" Well, he sold out his people. Okay. Was King a sellout or did he sacrifice himself? See, this is a question we can answer because the reality is, well, where's King now? No, where's King now? Did his sacrifice benefit us in any way, any form? Little bit, great bit? How? So it's okay to say, well, King is a sellout or he wasn't a sellout. What's more important is to make sure that you fulfill your divine duty, whatever that may be. Because if we believe in a higher power, a higher source, it means that we all have our divine calling. And if his calling was to sell out, well, he fulfilled his calling. Like for the Christians, Judas, had Judas not fulfilled his calling, there would have been no crucifixion, there'd have been no resurrection, there'd have been no Christianity as we know it. I am just saying. People tell me that Mia Motley sold out. I told people Mia Motley could never sell out. She's been bought in. There's things we don't get, and it's okay to point fingers and say stuff, but the reality is, family, you know, where do we stand? Where do we stand? Where do we stand? You know, where do you stand? Focus on that. That's why I tell people all the time, learn from those that came before. It's okay to say that this person is this person is that. That kind of vibration keeps us running in circles, pointing, blaming. Where the solutions, man? Let me focus on the solutions. Whoever sell out. That's their business. That's not ours. What they eat ain't making us fat. Let's focus our frequency on solutions moving forward to make sure that we don't find ourselves wearing Martin's shoes. That's just the reality. You know, somebody said politicians go in politics with genuine ideas until they get in politics and realize that you're dancing with the devil. The messenger is never perfect, Rastafari. I give thanks to that, Critchlow, for sure. But it's the message that's sent through divine intervention that must be the focus. I totally agree. I mean, again, for those who have the Christian faith, you look at a man like David, you making sport. Yes, Irvin, I see you. There's a purpose behind everything. Too much slave codes in the government and no other laws. Man, is a fact. My thing is that we need to stop letting our white masters give us our so-called heroes. We need to teach our children the truth. Start her and start with the fairy tale and folly tales. I agree. But here's the thing, though, Isis. Here's the thing. Says Uplander slave master, give us our heroes. You know, the irony of this whole thing, and I keep maintaining it, you know, and I keep saying it all the time, man. And people tend not to really want to hear that. But we always think of this slave master thing in terms of black and white, you know, European. But anybody white now controlling Barbados is black people controlling Barbados. Might be on behalf of white folks, but the black folks seem very comfortable doing what they're doing. Very comfortable. And so we're dealing with our opposing force in this instance that look just like us. So it ain't heroes we're looking for in this day and age. It's people with purpose and vision. You know, each one of us have a purpose and should have a vision that we work towards. A lot of people say, well, having a vision in some instances, some folks say, well, that's not reality. You know, you got to do this now. This is what's needed now. We got to, you know, they like the brother put out a voice note. They're going to ship us all to Africa in concentration camps. They're going to bring ships, and we got to have to get on these ships and go to Africa. And my thing was, but they can only ship it to Africa if you get on the ship. If you choose not to get on the ship, then what can happen? It can be war. Well, if it can be war, let it be war. Is what I'm saying. You know, that we. So the idea of doom and gloom, whatever it's going to be, it's going to be, and we're going to know then. Bob said, "Who's the real revolutionary?" So that's why I don't get into who sell out, who this and who that, because as far as I'm concerned, the reality is if you're working for $1, you sold out. If you're working for one, look, man, if you're using money in whatever form it come in, you know, if you're using money, you're exchanging yourself time worth, regardless of what job you do, for this right here, you have sold out. Tell me I'm wrong, family. Thelma, check it out again, Thelma. Go check it again and let me know if you can still hear me or you can't hear me. Just let me know. But I'm just saying, if you work for $1, you exchange your God-given life force in exchange for money, you have sold out. You have sold your energy out in exchange for money. Rihanna might get more, somebody else might get less. The point is, you exchanging. Now, if you bartering with your brothers and you living off the earth, off the grid, and you living natural off the earth, then you totally free. But anyhow, family, I don't want to look at it in that perspective. Like I'm saying, right? Let me start focusing on the who did what, when, and where. Let us learn from what they did and apply it so we could do better going forward. That's all I'm saying. And on that note, I'm done with that sellout conversation. That's just, like I said, let's focus on the solution, man, and how we moving this thing forward for the sake of the children and the children. So how do you make a slave? Keep them full of fear and keep them divided. We lost the family, but guess what? It's time to restore the family. It's time to build courage, get rid of the fear. Knowledge is what get rid of fear. Fear is the absence of knowledge. When you are full of fear, it's because you don't know. I'm scared of the dark. Why? You think there's a monster in the dark. But okay, but if you know that there's no monster in the dark, you wouldn't be afraid of the dark. If you know there's a monster in the dark, you might be afraid of the monster, not the dark. You see the science? So any dark that you're afraid of is what you don't know that makes you afraid. That's why they keep what they say, keep the black people ignorant. Keep them ignorant. Keep them ignorant. Keep them away from divine self. Keep them not knowing themselves, from not knowing Ra, the Almighty. Wait, was that say Rastaman? Ra Almighty. What you saying though, bro? Ooh-wee. Anyhow, the light of the world. Cheers. Fear of the unknown. Facts. Don't forget wisdom. Wisdom is manifestation of knowledge in the flesh, that which you under and overstand. Lacking knowledge and understanding would be a lack of wisdom, because wisdom is displayed. You can't possess wisdom. You can possess knowledge. You can have information. But if you understand or understand the information that you have, and as far as knowledge is concerned, that is then manifested in your ways and action. That is then illustrated that you are a man of wisdom. Sophie. False evidence appearing real. Serious. I see you, Aaron. But I got a question, family. I got a question. Greetings to you too, family. Well, look at my surprise who here. Every knowledgeable person isn't wise. Facts. But again, family, is like I told someone, if you can't apply what you know to your life to enhance your life and those around you, you might as well not know it. If it doesn't work to advance, might as well not know it. It takes up space unnecessarily. Like a bunch of pictures you get in these chats on WhatsApp. I begin to wonder sometimes if these chats that's distractions, because the kind of content I see sometimes, I'll be wondering, well, wait, man. It's really made me wonder for sure. Like, is it to just pull you back into a certain space negatively in your thinking? Because it certainly isn't exalting it. And if there's one step forward, it's like 5 steps back. So agent provocateurs is clearly obvious. So we learn. So we know to separate ourselves. We don't go in there and blast people, and we overstand it. So we learn. We learn. We learn. We learn from each other, directly and indirectly. Knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave. So when they were building slaves, one of the things they kept out of the equation was knowledge. They put in fear. They put in the lack of trust, division. You know what I mean? Find envy, especially envy. Envy the brother for whatever reason. Envy a sister for whatever reason. For whatever reason. I don't think men really do it, but I find women do it probably more than men. Or I don't know if that has changed right now. It could be. But a woman will walk past a woman and she be looking in the opposite direction. But as soon as that woman passed her peripheral, I had to turn and she'll look from top to bottom. And I've seen it countless times. They always study, they watch it like, yo, women ain't easy, man. Women ain't easy. And they probably just checking to make sure the sister okay, make sure the sister put together right. I don't think they're watching and envy and stuff that, women look out for each other. So maybe she looking and think, okay, the sister look nice. Yeah, But they look out for each other. Men, we gotta look out for each other too, man. And in so doing, we could collectively all look out for each other and restore the family. Family is what is the most important thing right now that needs restoring. Our children going astray because the family has gone astray. So that's why the children gone astray. The children and the behavior of the children are a direct result of the breakdown of the family. There's a correlation between the two, and there's no escaping that. So long as the family is disrupted and fragile and fractured, we will have the same thing being displayed in our children. Always. You know what I mean? So that's how that's gonna go. That's how that's been going down. And that's where we find ourselves today, family. It's crazy as it is, but that's where we at. But I wanted to show something else real quick. Let me see if I can find it. We got to get in tune with the energies, family. We got to get in tune. That's the bottom line. Because we're living in that kind of time where the universe talks to us. Like I told y'all, I remember the time when the security forces came to kidnap me, man, and whatever else. And a cat. The universe always gives us a warning, always gives us a message. A cat showed up at my door. I started sleeping in the front, by the front door, and sleeping at the back. That time I had boxes I was shipping from stuff in St. Vincent. The cat would actually go into one of the boxes, and one of the side holes just be peeping out, like a lookout, like a sentry. And at first I couldn't figure out why this cat acting so strange, Strange. I didn't read it at first. But let me share my cat with you. And the funny thing is, after this whole thing played out, the cat disappeared. So here's my security force. Cat just showed up, family, and will be inside the box just peeping. Strangest thing. Even the cat eyes was just, I was like, okay. I don't even know if the cat is human. Well, I felt at one point the cat was human. That sounds a little weird, I know. But it just felt weird, family. It felt strange, man. The cat didn't seem normal. I mean, of all these, you just show up my door and come around me like just so. No fear. Like you know me. I give thanks, man. I just give thanks, family. And then I came home. Cat was there for a couple of days. And the cat was gone. So, like I said, family, we got to get in tune, man. And I ain't preaching a hocus pocus stuff. So don't get there and say, man, up and they're talking a bunch of, you know what I mean? Those who know. Those who have experience. There's nothing I can say about that. You know what I mean? That's a fact. you know. So that's the reality. The animals show us, communicate, the earth, the trees, everything around us show us. So as a family, in order to fix and save the youth, we got to deal with the family. And the family comprised of the adults. So we got to deal with each other. And we got to deal with self. Facts. So the inner hocus pocus government, new Dodge, new government industrial school. And by the way, man, look, I heard some disturbing news today. Yeah? I don't know how true. I need to look into this as soon as possible. I was told that one of the young ladies in the government industrial school, who was actually scheduled to come home very soon, very, very soon, had an altercation with one of the staff members and had to eventually beat the living lights out the staff member. Now, I said to myself, no, I've not confirmed this as yet, family, so I'm speaking on the correction here, right? And I will look into it. But I'm saying it so that we could think about it. If someone is getting released relatively soon, I mean relatively soon, why then would they do something to jeopardize themselves and their freedom as severe as assaulting a staff member of the government industrial school? Unless that individual provoked the individual just so they would jeopardize their freedom that was imminent. Because they do things like that. And they do things like that. And I'm going to look into this on another level. And I'm telling you, family, I'm going to bring the facts to you, man. Because if this was indeed true and that the young lady had to assault a staff member, for whatever reason, it sounds so strange thus far. If this is actually true, Mr. Wilfred, you got a new investigation going again. Boy, you in, I didn't even know what to tell you, man. Like, you can't get this thing right at all. Like, no matter how you try, bro. If you have not heard this yet, I'm telling you, man, politically incorrect. Be on it. Okay. Well, guess what? Be on it, though. Make a phone call tonight. See people at Black Lion Security if they know anything about it. Cause I know these people like they like the cat. They spiritual and mystic, man. But I'm telling you, family, if this young lady who is scheduled to be released, which ironically, man, look, man. Let me put it to you this way. Let me make some calls and confirm that this is so or not. Because if this is the case, right? Let me check real quick because sometimes I will get an update live while I'm live. Let me check real quick. If it is that they ended up trying to agitate or frustrate or went troubling someone who was coming home very soon just so that they could catch a case and stay, which, by the way, was one of the same things the young ladies that said on the interview. They say that that's what they do so they could keep you in the institution. They'll know you going home and they come messing with you just to frustrate and perplex you just so they could keep you, give you a new charge. So now you get an assault charge as opposed to wandering. So now you got a real charge. So they keep you. And if depending on what they sentence you to, you may got to stay 3-4 years more. See the setup? Steve, you right, Steve. Sound like a setup, man. Sounds like a setup. Yes, Steve. Sheba sent me one of her protectors. Brethren, I ain't joking. Even a man come to me reading out something with a warrant, whatever. And I explained to them I knew they were coming. Like, I knew that. I mean, I just knew y'all were coming. The cat came and told me. The cat walking right in the middle of the whole thing. I said, look, the cat right there, see? So that's your cat. I said, that's my cat. Why you don't know that cat? The cat showed up about 3-4 days before y'all came and would not leave, stayed in the front back door. When I leave in the house, the cat would run to the gate, meow, 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 like he was trying to tell me something. I'm like, I don't speak. I was joking. I don't speak cat. I can't understand you. When they come up, you're going to talk. But you see, that's my error. My error. Sometimes you got to step back and pay attention and just tune in. Tune in. We in a different time, family. I don't care who believe, who don't believe, who this, who that, who did do it, who ain't do it. I make sure that you're on my square 24/7, 365. Make sure you on yours. Sisters, make sure you got your circle 360 full same way. It's that kind of time. Get your house in order. In order to fix next door, get your house in order. Don't left your house and run next door and you out of order. Get caught in traffic here. Serious. Serious. Yes, Maria. Real thing, family. Real thing. And the funny thing is, before the cat left, check this out. I guess he left, 'cause I never seen it no more. Few days afterwards, before it disappeared, it showed up one night with another cat. So I was like, wait, you got friends too? It showed up with a female cat. So I was like, wait, what is it, a joke? Okay, bear in mind, I'm not feeding them, so they're not here because I'm feeding them, you know. Just showed up. Now check the science. Couple days pass, I don't see this cat no more. At all. Okay, they're gone. And about a week later, the female shows back up by herself. And she a bit friendly, more friendly than he was, because he was a bit, he had his moments. But he might have been a Scorpio, But anyhow, she shows up. All right, so she there, and I just watching, not feeding these animals, but she's around the place lingering. Okay. Did I notice she kind of getting fat? I'm like, wait, hold up. My neighbor, who's another old lady, said, I think that cat like it pregnant. Yeah. Pregnant? Shucks. All right. So long story short, the cat ended up being pregnant. And before I tell the end of this story, check this out, family. I'm outside talking to my neighbor, and I may have mentioned this before. And the female now is at my leg, meow, 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 meow. I'm like, what? I mean, I remember I learned the first time. I'm outside in the middle of the day on top of a well, which is concrete, talking to my neighbor about plants and stuff. The cat is there, and my neighbor's like, that cat like it really like you, though. I don't know. The cat like it really like you, man. You got a cat? I said, well, I guess so. I mean, they're always here. All right. I don't feed them. You know what I'm saying? This one cat just be around. Okay, no problem. And quick, so right, this cat start to give birth at my feet. This cat start to give birth to a kitten at my feet. And my neighbor's like, oh my gosh, and this is the lady that's in her 70s. She said, cats don't have cats around humans. They be hiding somewhere and have their kittens. They don't do this in the open. And this cat at my feet giving birth to her first kitten. A black cat, by the way. I ain't gonna tell you I kept that one though. Anyhow, so now I'm like, okay, what to do? This is like one of those where you drive your wife to the hospital and she in the back seat giving birth. I don't have a clue what to do. I don't have a clue. So I go and I try to build a little makeshift little hideout. I try to get her to come over here. I try to move the little kitten that's just covered in all kind of stuff to this area. I hope she stays there. So she goes over there. She stays there for a little while. I try to put the grass over it, try to build like a little teepee so she could crawl onto the grass and stuff and cover it up with a piece of pallet. I'm exhausted. Can't believe this is happening. She have a few kittens and stuff. And then, of course, I got to start feeding these kittens and stuff. This is crazy. This is just crazy. I can't even figure this out. And so, but like I said, he left. She finally came. They had kittens, then gave birth to one at my feet. The first one, a black one, a male one at my feet. And I still have that cat all now still. I call it Panther. Anyhow, that's my story for the night. I didn't plan to share that. That just came out. I might have went off track a little bit, but pardon me for that. But as a result of this one cat right here, I don't know, man. There's something about it, man. Family, let's get in tune. All right? Like Sister said, the messenger is never perfect. I don't profess to be no perfection. You see, I profess to be pure. And that's my position, man. So let's work together, help each other along the road and make it much easier. All I'm saying is love. Steve, it was pure spiritual. Steve, the cat came to my feet and gave birth. Blew my mind. Man. My neighbor freaked out. She said she said cats don't do that. This is the cats don't. Cat at my feet, meow, 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 like they want me to help them. I'm thinking, what am I supposed to do? And I think that what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And I see the cat getting birthed. They said, what is this? What? Wow. Sister said is magical. Sis, let me tell you something, man. Do deliver your protector. Serious. In Egypt, cats were very sacred. So I accept that. That's why I had to, take care of them to some degree. And, that's how we live, man. That's how we live, man. That's how we live, man. That's why I say family. Fear, divide them, and rule them. Reverse it, family. Let's come together and let's deal with strength and courage. And let's move forward as a family, man. Straight up. You know what I mean? I give thanks to those who stick around tonight. Know we're a bit late, but I give thanks. Like I said, the love is real, and we're gonna get this stuff organized, man. YouTube, I give thanks to those on YouTube. Give thanks to those on my personal page, and also on Politically Incorrect platform. Yes, I'm streaming from 3 locations now. In case y'all didn't realize it, we have 3 locations. 3 locations. YouTube, Politically In-Correct. We have the Political In-Correct page. And we also have my personal Emmanuel Borrelia page that I found a way to add it. So now I'm also streaming on my own personal page. And believe it or not, folks are logging in there too as well. So for those watching from Emmanuel Borrelia, give thanks. For those watching on Politically Incorrect Facebook page, give thanks. And for those on YouTube, give thanks, family. Continue to like, subscribe, and share the page. Click on the bell. Make sure you get notifications so that we can build this so-called algorithm, whatever, and make it happen. Been doing this for a while. Like I said, the video archive on my personal page has a lot of information. I mean, it's a Smithsonian. I mean, there's so much stuff there that you can look and learn from. Feel free to go through it. There's even pictures of me without locks. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of footage of the Mama Night in St. Kitts, St. Lucia, other places. I came across a video recently. I was going to play it, but it was actually on one of the blocks in St. Kitts. By the way, shout out to the family in St. Kitts, Pinocchio, Nachabi, and the whole family. We were on the blocks, and I think this was with the Crips, I think, not mistaken. And the night before, they didn't tell me we were going on the block with the Crips. They had put on my red shirt and my red Jordans. So I pull up on the block with the Crips. That didn't go down too well at first at all. Especially they didn't even know who I was. Just seeing me, that was a bit uncomfortable. Even for me, like, yo, wait, hold up, man. Why y'all didn't give me a heads up? But it was all good. It was all good. But we also went on the block with the Bloods. Actually, what we did was we donated some stuff. I told Lumumba last week that we're going to do a session on here, man. We're going to come on, man. We're going to show some footage. Matter of fact, you know what? Give you a sneak peek. Sneak peek. Hang on a second. Get a sneak peek. Let me share this real quick. Yeah, Lumumba, if you watching, man, we gotta do this for sure, brother. We was putting in that work, family, from early. Like I said, we end up joining this team, man. We've been doing this work for a minute. You know what I mean? For a minute, putting in work. I think this was one of the blocks in, this is the Bloods, actually, on the side of the Bloods in Newtown. I think this is Newtown. But Biat was giving back to the youths in St. Kitts. We went on there and donated a few laptops so they could do some research online, do some studies online, and start the entrepreneurship and stuff like that. So it was good vibes, man. It was good vibes. At that time, I had no beard, I had a goatee. I had no locks, you know what I mean? Probably look a little younger, not sure. But y'all be the judge of that. But yeah, it was crazy. Crazy. Anyhow, we're going to do a BIAP special one of these nights. We're going to let y'all know. Brother right there. We're going to make this thing happen, man. Make this thing happen. Anyhow, family, be up in the building. You know how we do. Anyhow, thank you, family, for sticking around. Wait, La Mama, you in the building? Yeah, family. Yeah, family. Yeah, you look even younger now than you did then, man. I know how you did that. How you do that, man? How you do that? Yeah, this was crazy, right? You remember this, brethren? You remember this? You remember this? This was crazy. Put it in work, man. This is what year was this? Hold on a minute. What year was this? This is what? This is 2011. This is 11 years ago. As a matter of fact, this is crazy because this was May the 23rd, 2011. This was only a few days ago to the day. A few years. Look, May the 23rd, 2011. Wow. Gangster City, man. Big up to the man, them, man. Real thing. Anyhow, family, y'all don't know, man. Y'all have no idea the lamps be up going through. All the man them there. Yeah. Serious man them there. Yeah. We give thanks, though, man. We give thanks. Young blood. It's all good. I look a little younger there, but you need to, Yep, been putting out work a long time. Yes, Brenda. Look, brethren. If they only knew, brethren. If they only knew. If they only knew. If they only knew. You see who I see in the background there, Lamumba, right? You see that brother right there? Yo, family. Hold on. On a serious note, right? Let me pause it right here. Yeah, this is it right here. That's him there. Lamumba, you know why he paused it right here, right? You remember this brethren right here? Yeah. I want to see we ain't got a close-up of him. We didn't have a close-up. We ain't got a close-up. It's funny because he was always in the background in all videos. Yeah, there you go. There you go. See that brother right there in that black shirt, family? See the brother in the black shirt? One of these nights, we're going to do a special, Lamumba, on a serious note. And we got to tell this brother's story. May he rest in peace as well. Choices and consequences, family. Choices. We're going to make this a family night. We need to do this sometime next week, though, for sure. This been going on too long. In light of all these school issues, the JS issues, the whole BLP, Winfred, all these other stuff, we doing this next week straight up. BIAP, a whole night for BIAP exclusive. I'm going to take you all on a journey, man. I'm going to take you all on a journey and show you all the reality of what we've been telling this government, and then nobody listen to us. I bet they're listening now, though. Politically incorrect. This brother right here, his name is Mikey, man. And Lamumba, I know he going to share that story. Real thing. Better do that BIAP special. Yeah, ISIS, it coming. Real thing. Who's that tall guy with a low haircut? He looks very familiar. Don't start that, ISIS. Well. Look like somebody I know. Serious. Anyhow, family, this video is actually on our page. Keep it the good word. Let me go ahead and post. Hold on. Let me put this link right here too, so that y'all could go ahead and check this out. This is actually on the brother Pinocchio as well as my page, but I'm gonna just drop it here anyhow as well for those who are interested. There's a lot of work. Like I said, family, there's so much that people don't even know. So we're gonna bring it to you live. Bring it to you live, man, for sure. But yeah, family. Yeah, Mikey made some decisions, man, that cost him, and we almost got roped into it. As a matter of fact, that decision could have cost us our lives as well. That's how serious this is. That's how serious what we do. People don't realize it, The fear is an option, right? But the danger is real, family. Make no mistake about it, man. You know what I mean? But like I said, Lamumba, we going to come on and we going to do our thing how we do. And it's as simple as that, man. So family, you can look up for that BIAP special. Definitely coming in sometime soon, man. Sometime soon. Yeah, this was... Shout out to Hamila, by the way. Shout out to Hamila too. For sure. Anyhow, Enough of this, because Ice is making fun of that guy with a low haircut. Anyhow, we out for the night, family. I had y'all fun. Yeah, so that's what's up. I had the tune I wanted to rock tonight. A special tune. Let me see if I can find it. A sizzler. I had a sizzler right here lined up. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Yeah. Send this to the box and then bam. All right, got it. Technology here. Well, yeah, you're right to laugh, Isis. You're right to laugh, man. Technology. Techno. Here, the techno. Anyhow, tell a friend to tell a friend, family.
Check it out.
Something subtle, family, but with a message. Be up special, man. Coming soon. How to make a slave. Use fear, divide, and rule them. Well, let's reverse it, family. Unite and share love, man. Yes, family. Praise to the Most High, family. Praise to the Most High. Yes. Praise to the Most High. Richin, I see you. Let me say one more thing too, though. The Elder Rastaman. Let me say one thing, family, real quick. This video right here that's playing, I want y'all to know. Matter of fact, let me pause this for a second. Praise to the Most High, family. Yo, believe it or not, right? In this video right here, you have gangs from different sets. You got Bloods and Crips in this one video together. That has never happened like that before. But Biat went St. Kitts and make that happen because of the youths in St. Kitts that made it happen. Bloods and Crips together in one place. Look, family, you can't tell me we can't do this, family. You cannot tell me we can't do this. Real thing. Real thing, man. Real thing, man. Praise to the Most High, family. Praise to the Most High, for sure. One family. One family. Yes, give thanks, family. Real thing. That's how we do this thing, though, man. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, man, we got work to do. Let's just focus on what we got to do. We could debate all the past, all we like, who did what, who ain't do it, who did it better, who did it worse, who came first, who came last. You know what I mean? Or who came last, who came first. That would have flowed better with who did it worse. Let's just get the work done, family. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's so much that can be shared. And in time, we're going to do so. In time, I mean, there's so much in the views, so much. And I mean, there's so much. I mean, even down to the youngest youths that we met on that journey. We met some young people on that journey. Shout out to Nitcha B, by the way, and his brother, Messiah. Yeah.
Them the empty barrel make the most noise. The most noise. Yeah. Flashman Westing Beat. Memory.
Nitcha B, Nitcha B, Nitcha B.
Don't got people. Don't know why them a work with them. Don't got people.
Yeah.
Let's see the man study and think about your own. Don't got people.
Don't grudge people here, family. Nitcha B. We can put in our work come next week, though. We can call it Nitcha B too and see Nitcha B come on live with us. Let me talk with this whole St. Kitts journey and be up on the works that we would have done. Real thing, family. Anyhow, I'll leave you all at that for that. We gonna connect with that next week. For sure. Y'all have a beautiful evening. I mean, a pleasant Sabbath for those observing. And, you know what I mean, just holy meditation. Even just watching those videos. Wait, tomorrow, see you, family. Shout out to the whole Virgin Islands. Right through. One family, one Caribbean. For real. Also, the brothers that came from the three rabbis, the three wise men, they went forward back to their respective home, New York and Chicago. Big shout out to the brothers. Shalom. Oh, man, that was an amazing experience. Look forward to connecting again. Also learning different things that they plan on sharing. We plugging in one family. We ain't dealing with the division and all that other stuff. We learning from each other. I can't wait to get in the Hebrew class and learn that as well. And we could debate whether Hebrew is modern Hebrew, whether Hebrew is Greek. We could do all that. I ain't interested. Elevate him, man. Learn. Just learn. Unlearn and learn. And if lived on the road that ain't good, I would unlearn that and learn some more. Ancient Hebrew. Talk to me now. You see what he's saying? So step by step, we're going to get there. Those who serious about it. Also, shout out to David Levy. Rocking you. For those who know, no explanation is necessary. For those who don't know, no explanation would be suffice. But be rocking you. Shout out to David Levy here in Barbados right now as well. And yeah, man. Yeah, leave it at that. I wouldn't even say that. But yeah. Woo. Life, man. Life, family. One family. Imagine that I was on here a few weeks ago with these gentlemen telling them I used to listen to this guy overseas, and now the guy here in Barbados said, well, life, huh? I'm telling you, man. I mean, like, the universe is real. You could call it what you want to call it. The universe doesn't respond to that. It responds to your vibes and your meditation. Hold firm, family. Real thing. And on that note, yes, my brother. Shout out to all the family, man. All the family. Oh, and by the way, family, for those who are interested, let me see if we get it right. House of Zion will be meeting tomorrow. That's the temple in Haggett Hall. If you're heading south on the highway, ABC Highway, towards the Norman Niles roundabout, it is the left turn at the roundabout, not going straight to Haggett Hall, but the left turn at Norman Niles roundabout. I think that's the name of it. And I think it's the third house on the right. Well, the third building on the right, I should say, which is a white building. It is the House of Zion, and they're having their worship tomorrow at, I think it's 11. I don't have the details, but if anybody's here who have that information, please feel free to post it so that others who are interested in visiting the House of Zion. And we have met a lot of people throughout the week, especially when the rabbis were here, different places, that said, look, man, I want to come. I want to learn more. I want to learn more. I was going to church all my life as a Christian, but right now I want to learn more. So yeah, they House of Zion family, Haggett Hall. Like I said, the left. If you're going towards Buster Roundabout, yeah, you make the left at the Norman Niles Roundabout, and it's, I believe, the third building on your right. It's a white building. You can't really miss it. And so that's the more Sabbath for those who observe that. And I believe the service starts at 11. I believe it starts at 11. So yeah, though, family. If not, you can go back and watch the one with the rabbi, and they put all those details there, so you can always check that. Anyhow, family, we out for now. Up, somebody put up Samuel Hall, Haggett Hall, my neighborhood. I know that place. You are correct. All right, Sammy, give thanks, man. Give thanks. And yes, for sure, I'll be passing through. For sure. Just to give the people some energy and some strength, man. Support the cause, man. This Black consciousness on the rise, man, family. Real thing. Yeah, the brother put reggae on the map in New York. See, I see you know what's going on, man, Irv. I see you know what's going on. Yes. That's why I said some may not know and some may know. Anyhow, tomorrow, family, House of Zion. Blessed love, right? You'll have a beautiful, upful, joyful night. You're going to listen to some more Sizzler, though. See what we get on with Kalonji. Man. But let me put on another Kalonji here somewhere. Let me see what Kalonji working with. I could put my tune on, but I say bias because I always play that one. So I can drop this one here. Another one of my tunes, man. Anyhow, family, y'all, like I said, be upful, joyful, peaceful, lovingful, or full of love. Be at one. Profit, but as my locks get longer, hidden heart it a twist. No spread no propaganda, cause you can't stop this. Yes, Jackie, I see you. Again, family. At least last the first Empress Reserve Man and family. One perfect balance. It in me. We are royalty. Play a tune. For him alone. The fact remains, Mr. We're the throne. Get up your pulse and pride, stay low. Yes, family. This is the Rasta man. Haile Selassie the first. Harness the power of love. Did like the rod. I wonder how we do this with all of hate and anger. But Jah Prophet, yeah, ISIS. The crown huge. On the anger. It's of life. Jah. Grand bout Jah. Be yourself. Believe this roots, you will be led with nature. If you know your roots, you'll be in tune with nature. The boy and you don't have a way, but they don't have a clue.